Hello. I probably look crazy because I just woke up, so sorry about that. But this is really the only time I have to update. So, time for an update. Where to start? I'll update on Madrid. I wish that I would have liked Madrid more. I think I was going through lots of change and dealing with lots of stuff, so Madrid, me and Macy, we really didn't do a whole lot. Sorry, Macy, I'm going to expose you a little bit, but when we were getting off the plane in Madrid, Macy left her passport in the seat in front of her. So when we get to immigration and to do our passport stuff, she couldn't find it. We had to run back. There's this whole thing. It ended up being fine. We were able to get her passport. That was after like 3 or 4 hours, so we spent a little bit of extra time at the airport. Luckily, we got there in the morning, and so we weren't trying to navigate to the hotel in pitch black, which is really nice. We get our Metro cards, we get on the subway. Granted, it's 90 degrees, we're in sweats with big suitcases because we're moving, and we finally get to our hotel and we're dying of sweat. And we go in, and it was bad. The door to our room was completely glass, and it was like foggy glass, so you couldn't necessarily see in, but you could see silhouettes, and all the light from the hallway was coming in, all the light and all the sound. And the door locked, but it would, I don't know, I feel like someone could have broken in really easily. And then the bathroom door locks because shared bathroom, not great, but it was really cheap, and so shared locks were terrible, whatever. The window to the room wouldn't close all the way, and we were on the main street in Madrid. It's called Gran Via, which I think literally is Main Street. And so it was hot and it was loud. Two things that are really difficult to sleep in. So me and Macy, we got there about 3 or 4, and then around 6, I think, is when we tried to go to bed. We had to go out and get some water and some cash for the remote for the fan. We lay down, we try and sleep, and throughout the night there's people coming in, being loud, and I think someone from another room actually got up and went and told them off and was like, "You guys need to be quiet, it's so disrespectful. It's a Tuesday night, can we be a little bit more respectful?" Regardless, we wake up. Sorry for the leaves. Macy has a migraine, probably because she hasn't been able to drink a lot of water, and anyway, so I run to a pharmacy, get some medicine, and while I'm going there, I'm looking around at hotels nearby, asking how much they are. I get back to our hotel and I was like, "I'm so sorry, our room is so bad. We can't stay in it, like glass door, it's just terrible." And explain the problems, and they were like, "We're really sorry, we're all booked." And I was like, and then he's like, "Well, we actually might have one room that has like a wooden door." And I looked at it and it had glass on the top of it though, so I'm like, it'd still be like bad. So I made her medicine and I'm sitting there on the bed sweating, just overstimulated, freaking out. And so I pull up maps on my phone and I'm literally just looking for a hotel, anything. And I find one that has it had breakfast. Turns out breakfast wasn't included, which was fine. I saw that before. So after I booked a hotel, it was really good. We couldn't check in until 2, so we just laid in bed until 2, and then got all of our stuff, went downstairs, checked out. They were like, "I can't give you a refund for you." Really nice, but I ended up disputing it on my credit card because I had taken a bunch of pictures of everything and how they don't match what the booking showed, and the photos in the booking and description and everything, so luckily there's that. Anyway, went to the new hotel, blasted the AC, laid on the bed in our comfy shower, our comfy bed, our private bathroom, super nice. We laid there for a little bit and then I think we showered, whatever, and went out, got some dinner. We got some flautas from this Latin restaurant, it was really good. And then went and watched the sunset at this place, some building, old buildings, it's Europe. So then we went back home, went to bed, and slept until 6 the next day, 6 p.m. So, long time. And then got up, ate some dinner, went back home, slept a little bit more till I think 3 the next day. Both of these nights, or I think it was Wednesday night, we slept until the next day at 6. And then that morning, that night, I could not fall asleep. I eventually fell asleep, but I just was feeling so stressed and so overwhelmed, which was not fun. But then we went out the next day and had a good time. And then again, I was laying there feeling so stressed and was like, what have I done? Was this really the right choice? Am I supposed to be here? I miss home. So then the next day we went to the Madrid temple. It was really pretty, really cool. And then we walked through this park, and it's kind of like Central Park, but honestly bigger. Granted, I haven't really explored Central Park too much. I was like in grade when I went, and it seemed cool, but I don't really remember it. This park was humongous and had lots of really cool things. It had like a restaurant too, which was cool. And then we went and ate, went back home or to the hotel and slept again. And I was like freaking out. I was like, if I can do this, this has like been tough, whatever. And so then the day, I think that was Friday, and then Saturday, got Macy to the train, sent her on her way. I went and got some breakfast at this like little across from this park, and went back home, packed up, sat there anxiously for an hour, and then checked out of the hotel, got my train. And granted, every morning after we wake up, it feels so much better, and was like, you know what, I'm happy to be here. This is like good, blah blah blah. On the train, was super like excited. I loved the train. I had my headphones, I had my snacks, I had a little fan, whatever. I had my book, Catabasis. I ended up just getting the ebook of it. So I was just reading that on my iPad in our nice little train. And we're about like an hour into our trip, and the train like comes to stop, and it like speeds up, slows down, but like coming to a stop, I was like, so we found out that a train in front of us had like fire or something, and so they had to like get off track or something, I don't know. So we're sitting there, and after a while they had to turn off the batteries so that the train doesn't die, and so turned off the lights and then the air conditioning. And so it was like kind of hot, but luckily I have an electric fan from Taya's wedding. Shout out Taya, that I stole. And anyway, I just set that up, and I was doing fine, whatever. But then I felt bad because this guy was like walking through the car with like a pen, was like overheating. There was an empty seat next to me, and so he sat down, and they gave him a Coca-Cola, and I like put my fan on him. So not to say I saved the day, but he really appreciated it. Anyway, there was this Australian couple across from me, and they didn't speak any Spanish, and so I was like translating everything they were saying, but they were saying it over the intercom, and like I can understand the intercom in English, so trying to hear it in Spanish, I was like, I think that they're saying a train is on fire. So I probably sounded crazy, but we sat there maybe like 2 hours, I think, and they finally opened the doors to let fresh air in, but all these cars pulled up along the road, like police, whatever, bringing water, and it seemed really dramatic, and I assume it was. Sorry, camera died, so that's awkward. Anyway, so I was on the train for even longer, which was great, honestly, because I love the train. Yeah. Sorry, cicada or something attacking a dragonfly, and it's none of my business. Basically, though, train was really good. We eventually got moving again. I got to Sevilla. The director picked me up and took me to his house in the countryside. We live in a town called Ubrique, and it's one of the, I think they call them Pueblos Blancos. That's like the white cities, because all of the buildings are painted in like that white stucco, but it's like a white, it's very, like if you think Greece, that's kind of what I think of. So anyway, I'll put up some pictures. He lives in a like a farm that he started, and so he's maybe like 2 minutes from town, like it's right down the street. In fact, you pretty much take the main street into town is his road to his house. But yeah, so I'm here with him for a little bit while I find, like, helps me find an apartment. he has an apartment that I can rent, but there's someone currently in it until about, or for like another week or whatever. So anyway, yeah, that's where I was at. When I got here, it was very much a like culture shock, also just like an adjustment and so many changes and feeling like unstable, that the first 2 or 3 nights were really rough. Shout out to all my friends and my family. Love you guys. I sent a text out to some friends and my family and was just like, I like it here and I hate it here and I'm overwhelmed and I'm stressed and I want to come home, but I really like it here and I don't know, I just feel really stressed. And I sent this at like 2 here and got responses so quick. That's one thing about the time zone that's nice, is that my crash out time is when everyone's awake, because it's always been at night, like while I've been here. Normally at night I'm doing great. If you know me, I prefer the night. So anyway, I got some really nice texts back, and it was really nice to see, like, I know people, this sounds so like prideful, but I know I have a lot of people that love me, and I know I have a lot of like support, and I feel like I use it enough. But this was like a really good lesson in I can like lean on people, can like, and it really opened my eyes up to all of like the wonderful people in my life, and so thank you. Anyway, I'm doing a lot better now. Monday, that was I think night. It was because Sunday was really good. We had like a really dinner and it was really fun. And I just like, they went into town to a bar to watch there's this local soccer team. Not like super local. I guess it's kind of like Real Madrid for here. And so they went, or sorry, not Real Madrid, Real Salt Lake. I was like, that's not right. It's like Real to us, kind of. So watched their game, and me and Martina just stayed here and kind of hung out. She took a nap because we had just eaten a lot of food, and I was just reading, but I was getting really bored and just lonely, of course. So anyway, I think that's partially why I was like crashing out. Then anyway, Monday came around. It was so good. We like had lunch, we saw school and stuff, and like saw an apartment, whatever, and just were like in town, visiting town, get to know people, and that was, I think, really helpful. Now that I've been here a little bit longer, I feel a lot more like established, and which is really nice. So I'm going to put up some pictures of last night. We went to, I can't remember what, I have to look it up. We went to a small town called Benoit, and it's like, Ubrique is a small town. It's like Smithfield, and the Benoit town that we went to was even smaller. Like, we met then, he was telling us how they have like one store. Only one person can like really go in at a time, so you go in, buy your stuff, and leave, and then the next person goes in, which was like crazy. That's like very different in the US. But anyway, while we were there, they have this, it's kind of like a little, I don't want to call it a chapel because it's not like church, or it doesn't have like benches or like whatever, but it had like paintings and kind of like a dedication to Christ. And it was up this like really long path to the top of the mountain, kind of. So some pictures and stuff of that. It was really pretty. This was another one of the Pueblos Blancos, and it's super pretty and lots of really cool history. And our director, he knows like a guy that lives there. He used to live there for a little bit, and we were walking, and he was like, yeah, I think that's like my friend's house, whatever. And his friend walked out on the balcony right then, and they hadn't seen each other. They hadn't like hung out like 20 years. He's like, I'm gonna say hi, whatever, and he came down, and then he invited us in, and then he was like playing some, and then we were talking, and then he like showed his house, which was beautiful. Like, he had so many plants, so obviously I'm obsessed first, but you walk in, and he's got his office like in the front of his house, and the center of his house was like a big staircase, and like in the roof of it is like a big glass skylight, so the entire everything is lit by the sun. It was so pretty. Anyway, we talked for a while. They caught up. We went, I think, at like 9ish, and he like brought out some charcuterie, because I mean, to them that's just like snack time. They drank some wine. I smelled it. It smelled like wine. I don't know. I had a Coke Zero because that's the only soda he had, which I was fine with. But yeah, his house was super cool. The food, it was like this local cheese and this local salami and these crackers, and then he had these. Well, I call them bocadillos, or well, no, that's straw, but like I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically like pickled skewers, like skewers with like green olives, some chilies, and then like an anchovy. They live right by the ocean, so the anchovies here are so good. But like you eat the whole skewer once, and it just was. Anyway, we were there till like 2 something in the morning. So then we leave, came back here, and I stayed a little bit, maybe too late, but we didn't have anything today, so I've just been kind of bumming the house. But I'll probably work on this video or do some like online stuff. I hope that I can find more remote work. So anyway, that's the update. I'm doing good, feeling healthy, feeling happy. There's this ice cream place here that is so good. I'll have to take a picture because it just, I'm thinking about it right now, and that's all I want. Like, I want to run into town and grab some ice cream because it's so good. Anyway, that's it. Love y'all very much. Have a wonderful day. Hello. I did not vlog any of Madrid, so sorry about that. None of that. But yeah, off of me, slug. But I'm here in Ubrique. I am just about maybe 5 or 10 minutes from the main town, just in a little campo, little like farm. It's awesome though. We just barely had some dinner, and it was like this curry with lots of vegetables, and then we had like a full board with all these different cheeses. It was so good. And then these potatoes with like a homemade aioli, and it's like a garlic sauce. It was really good. I'm super full. And then we had this like local melon dessert with like a little bit of lime juice on it, and that was also really good. So very different than a classic American dinner, and I loved it. But yeah, we've just been like playing cards by the pool, which has been really fun. I'm about to read, but yeah, it's been great.